Amigos, sometimes we need to talk about complicated stuff. Well, not really, because there is America-Cuba relations complicated, and there is Taylor Swift's love life complicated. And our top story is precisely that, Taylor Swift's love life. Let's start in 1990. You know what? I can't really sum it up in one pulso, so let's talk about Cuba and the recent visit from President Obama. Yo soy Chumel Torres, and this is El Pulso. Amigos, Cuba. Cuba is like Justin Bieber. You used to hate him, but now it's getting slowly there. Well, last week, Cuba and the world had a very long week. Yes, President Obama arrived to the island of Cuba, something that hasn't happened since 1928. Exactly. The last visit from an American president happened the same year Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, Walt Disney invented Mickey Mouse, and women dressed like this. Well, a lot has happened since then. Antibiotics are now part of everyday medicine. Mickey Mouse became one of the largest companies in the world. And women still dress like this. Well, not really. This visit was a major event not only for the Obama administration, but for the Cuba-US relations that are as bad as Taylor Swift's. You see, it's basically the same! Or is it? Let us found. To completely understand the deal with Cuba and America, we need to get three things first. Number one, concessions. The US will roll back part of its economic embargo on Cuba, and Cuba will allow greater internet freedom. This because nowadays there is only 84 spots in the whole island where you can get Wi-Fi. And it costs around $4 to get 1 hour connection card. So, you were wondering why boys and girls in Cuba are extremely horny? They can't watch porn, bro. Give them a break, okay? Second, the fight. This visit was basically the first, you want a piece of me, bro, between Obama and the Cuba haters in the Congress. Because with this gesture, the next logical step is that the US Congress will be forced to reopen the Cuba relations file and see if there are things to do in the future. And don't get me wrong, this will be hard. Ryan Seacrest trying to not come out of the closet hard. And third, normalization. Yes, this trip is a way for the US and Cuba to announce that they are done being enemies. So this is a truly historic part. These two have been enemies way long after the Soviet Union collapsed and the Cold War ended. Basically, this is Rocky having a cup of tea with Ivan Drago. Awkward? You fucking bet. But why is the internet such a bummer for the Cuban government? Because internet is basically a bummer for anything totalitarian. It's a known fact that you have internet restrictions in North Korea, Turkey, Russia, and Mexican libraries. And we know that in these places, people is being silenced by their authorities. Except the Mexican libraries. People, shut the fuck up! But another thing that the Cuban people is facing is something that women around the world are facing as well. Inequivalent pay. Yep, for example, today, a cab driver earns more than a doctor. A doctor! This is like De Niro who have an apartment as nice as any of the friends without having to deal with med school. A doctor in Cuba makes 45 USDs a month. A cab driver makes 60 on a bad day. But why is that? Private licenses. Or, as Cuban knows this, cuentapropistas. And it's fucking good business. But there is also a lot of poverty in Cuba that we don't know much about. How do I know this? I was fucking there, bro. Yes, last week I went to Cuba and met Charlie. I'm gonna change his name in order to protect his identity.
Sí, lo que me di cuenta que las cosas que nosotros creemos y conocemos de Cuba aquí no es cierto. Ellos argumentan, dicen, no, es que en Cuba no hay pobres. Y así de, cabrón, digo, no sé, güey.
Y es la inmensa mayoría.
O sea, porque es lo que le decía, güey. Si las cosas estuvieran súper chido, ¿a qué se van todos?
¿Por qué se van? Porque se quieren ir todo tan bueno, ¿sabes?
Exactamente.
Los mejores doctores, bueno, los mejores doctores están yendo de misión. Misión es para Venezuela, Brasil.
That's right. Just like Cuban athletes, Cuban doctors, well, not all of them, of course, are willing to go on health missions to other countries for two main reasons. Getting the shit out of Cuba and getting the shit out of Cuba. From El Pulso, we know that there is a lot to do. So much time and so much hate is behind these two countries. But one thing is clear. There is a chance for everyone to be better, to earn more, to live with more equality. And that is dialogue. This is not gonna solve it all, but it's a damn good start. Regresamos. for us. My name is Chumel Torres and this is El Pulso. Your subscription and thumbs up are greatly appreciated. I'm gone. But before I go, I would like to remind you, like every week, los amo, chico. There is a reason this is called work. It is supposed to be hated. You may call it Trump, but I don't think you hate it that much. But the question is, should I quit my job? Yes, you lazy ass comfort zone bitch! You should totally do that.